Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. I'm Cody Johnson with news from around the Columbia Basin for Wednesday, December 5th. Tonight we report on a new program in Quincy to help students avoid gangs, and how the Grant County PUD is seeking donations for the Share the Warmth program. We also look at the upcoming fun run this weekend as part of the Miracle on Main Street in Ephrata, and how one group celebrates Christmas while harvesting mistletoe. In sports, we have the second part of our interviews with the Moses Lake High School basketball coaches, and we have an update on 2 Seahawks players facing suspension. Our spotlight story tonight is about a gift your kids might want, but might have to wait for, a giant robot. And we have the latest forecast for the Columbia Basin from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. Our spotlight story, our top story tonight, Quincy schools recently started a program to prevent 4th grade and 7th grade students from getting involved with gangs. The program is called Gang Resistance Education and Training, also known as GREAT. The city hired an additional officer to start the program. It is intended to help students avoid the pitfalls of gangs and learn skills to solve problems without resorting to violence. The presence of an officer at the schools allows police to form relationships with students who might be headed down the wrong path. For more information on the GREAT program, visit great-online.org. The weather is getting colder, but the hearts of people in Grant County seem to be getting warmer. Every year, more people help donate to the Grant County PUD Share the Warmth program. One Moses Lake resident donated $300. Customer Service Supervisor Terry McKenzie said the man had received help from the Share the Warmth program before and wanted to give something back. Money donated to the program helps qualified families that are close to having their electricity shut off. The maximum help people can receive is $300 per year. More people are expected to seek help from the program this year. One Moses Lake High School student chose to raise money for Share the Warmth as her senior project. Sadie Smiggy ran a car wash and raised $410. An easier way to donate to the program is to check the contribution box on your monthly bill or drop off donations at your local PUD office. For more information about Share the Warmth, go online and visit gcpud.org or call 509-766-2505. Christmas decorations are still going up, and one thing people love to see is mistletoe. One group found an interesting way to harvest the holiday plant. Here with the story is Bill Stevenson.
And mistletoe.
Looking around for a place to raise money for conservation work. And I thought, mistletoe grows in the swamp.
There's an old southern tradition of shooting mistletoe out of the treetops with a .22 rifle or even a shotgun.
It's the sprig outing, not the spring outing. And we've been doing it now for 30 years.
Forrest Altman prefers a quieter way of harvesting the festive plant.
Oh, look at that one way up there. Way out of our reach.
Mistletoe is a big deal with the Druids.
There's a certain skill to this operation.
The origin of the tradition of kissing under mistletoe remains unclear. However it got started, mistletoe has become an indispensable part of the Christmas tradition.
Good deal, good deal. Man, you're an expert. I tell you what, you've got talent.
Go on.
On a recent clear morning, a group of about a dozen caravaned to a farm outside Lillington, North Carolina, a farming community south of the state capital of Raleigh. After a quick lecture on cooperation and leaving the place cleaner than they found it, the flotilla launched into the gently flowing stream, a tributary of Cape Fear River, to start collecting the holiday plant.
That happens. That happens. Boy, wait a minute, Scott. I'm still grabbing this.
While making their way downstream, gathering sprigs of mistletoe, at least one couple took time to enjoy the tradition mistletoe brings.
Thanks, Bill. When we think of Christmas, we think of family, presents, church, and holiday parades. But running? Well, as part of Ephrata's Miracle on Main Street Christmas Festival, a fun run begins at 11 a.m. on Saturday. Forms for the run are available at Ephrata City Hall, Soul Performance, and the Grant County Journal office. The lighted Christmas parade begins at 5 p.m., and the Christmas tree at Sun Basin Plaza will be lit as part of the festival. From noon until 3 p.m., kids can meet Santa at the Ephrata Recreation Center. There will be plenty to do for kids, from cookie walks to painting projects. An Alaska man died this morning when he was ejected from a rollover crash on Interstate 90 about 12 miles west of Ellensburg. Jeffrey D. LaFortune, a 51-year-old man from Anchorage, was pronounced dead at the Kittitas Valley Community Hospital, according to the State Patrol. LaFortune was westbound on I-90 when he reportedly lost control of his 1997 Toyota pickup and rolled the vehicle off the right side of the freeway where he was ejected. The State Patrol listed the cause of the crash as driving too fast for conditions. Hundreds of people attended a Tuesday evening hearing at the Spokane County Fairgrounds to comment on a proposed coal export terminal near Ferndale. Coal trains from Montana and Wyoming headed for the terminal would pass through Spokane. KREM TV reports supporters see the $600 million project as a boost to the economy. Opponents are concerned about coal dust and damage to the environment. Other public comment meetings on the project are scheduled next Wednesday in Vancouver and December 13th in Seattle. The Forest Service says a mining company can prospect for gold, copper, and other minerals near Mount St. Helens. The agency said Tuesday that drilling planned by Ascot Resources 12 miles north of the volcano would not have a major impact on the environment of the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest. The Associated Press reports the drilling still needs approval from the Bureau of Land Management, which could weigh in later this week. Once it has a permit, Ascot could begin drilling at 23 sites as soon as next summer. This allows exploration, but there's no approval yet to develop a mine. The new Democratic leader in the Washington State Senate now intends to run for Seattle mayor. Senator Ed Murray said Wednesday that he is establishing an exploratory committee and will work on the coming months to build the foundation for a campaign. Because of rules for state lawmakers, Murray can't raise money until the legislature completes next year's session. Murray said he is focused on his duties in the state Senate, where Democrats have chosen him to be their new leader. He says he may not be able to run for mayor if the coming session goes too long, perhaps into the summer months. Murray expects it could be a crowded field in the mayor's race. Seattle City Councilman Tim Burgess has already entered the race. The State Department of Corrections is looking for more people with arrest warrants. Each of the people you see here have warrants for their arrest and are wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day, or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. We'll be right back after these messages with the latest from our iFIBER 1 Weather Center.